I don't even know where they've gone.
But no. Anyway, watch this video to find out what it's about. Rap now. You like my new branding? You like it?
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool.
Karma, baby, karma. Next. So, this video is worth noting from the start, and I want you to remember this categorically, that this video would have never happened if he didn't take my parts and then not give them to me. So, I'm not one of these guys to, go running here, running there, go getting other people involved or anything, but I'm a man of principle. And when you shake a handshake means something, and you've got a soul contract with that person, and you've got an obligation as a man to go through with that handshake, which you've agreed on. As a man, that is your responsibility. This video would have never happened, never ever happened, if he'd just given me the parts, and now there's going to be a whole host of repercussions because of it. I have nothing to lose. Literally. I've already lost my car parts. Not lost, but they've been taken from me. Okay, so this video is going to explain what exactly happened, spanned over a year, me trying to get my parts, blah 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 blah. I'm going to explain that to you, and this is why this video has been made, to bring awareness to what has actually gone on, and to the criminal element of it, and the deceit, and also the blackmail towards the end, because he wanted me to keep quiet. I'm not going to keep quiet. Like, if you do wrong, then that's it. Like, you have to stand by it. Anyway, keep watching the video. I'm going to explain it for you briefly, because you don't want the full thing. It's just going to be far, far too long. I'm going to explain briefly the facts. I'm going to give you facts, okay? Brief facts. And then tomorrow, on Christmas morning at about 9 o'clock, I think about 9, I might do about 8 o'clock actually, I might do 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I'm going to release something special for you. Now, he brought this on himself, and his whole little crew, they're all in on it, okay, don't think any of them are innocent, they're all in on it, everyone. I wouldn't even first of all, I wouldn't even thought it from him, okay, being the public figure and responsibility he has to uphold that persona on and off camera. Fake. Anyway. Yeah. But the rest of the team as well, it's just appalling. Like, needless to say, his dad, his little camera boy, his partner, not good. Not good at all, guys, and I don't take it very kindly to people treating me that way, and neither should anyone. As a man, you shake a hand, you make an agreement, you stick by it. Simple. You shake a hand, you make an agreement, stick by it, you be a man. Doesn't matter if you feel bad about it afterwards, you change your mind, whatnot, blah 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 blah. Whatever you feel, whatever you feel like you have a certain, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, you feel like, oh, actually, change your mind, I don't feel that good about it now, or maybe I'll just do this. No. You've shaken a hand, that's your word. As a man, stand by it, okay? That's a responsibility you have. Clearly, from him running away twice, literally running away to avoid the whole situation, not only running away, but ignoring messages, delaying, blah, 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 just trying to avoid me in general. Okay, after making the deal, this is not happening, and then the blackmail and everything else, it's not happening, guys. This needs to happen. This needed to happen. This is a reality check. Okay, let's see what I'm going to show you. Right, guys, this is going to be a story. There will be a Christmas special video, all right, which will be being released on Christmas morning, 8 AM, and I thought about it long and hard, and it had to be done. So 8 AM, Christmas morning, subscribe now, turn on your notifications. Basically discusses what's happened and how, I don't know what to call him at the minute, but Mr. Nice Guy, let's call him Mr. Nice Guy. How Mr. Nice Guy has basically sold me a car and over a year ago, and sort of took parts off of it and yeah, said he was going to give them back and never gave them back. So yeah, I'll show you a very, very short clip of some of that now. Boom, let's go.
Do you have an idea of what I'm saying when I say the car is not for purchase?
Yeah, so
the car's not for purchase.
Was that we source the parts, and my deal for you was that we buy the car. So neither of us can come on an agreement. So that's the issue.
You're stating categorically you won't replace the parts if those second-hand parts can't sell.
15 grand on the car that you had, and you won't sell it back, but because it has.
You know there are some things called principle, okay?
Okay.
There are some things called principle, and clearly you do not understand the value of principle. So please do not speak to me. Because
it's worth noting at this point here, I'm quite annoyed because so prior to this video being started, which wasn't the intention, he's already tried to buy my car about 8 times, saying, "Oh, I'll give you more money for it. I just want to buy your car." I'm like, no. I'll buy it back. No, it's sold over a year ago. Well, not over a year, almost a year ago. Literally almost a year ago, and it's not for sale. But he keeps going, about 8 times. Wants to buy it. Trying to offer me more money than what I paid for it. I'm like, no, bloody principle. Just leave me alone. I took the deal was the deal. You stick to the deal. Give me my parts which you've taken. Like, you don't hold leverage here because you've taken my parts and now you want to use that to try and buy my car. No, that's not how this works. Anyway, keep watching.
you're being incredibly rude, and I do not wish to listen to it.
You've just come in here and just demanded that we just.
I have not demanded. I have offered a suggestion, and I'm not speaking. I'm not speaking.
What you want.
I'm not speaking to you.
You don't do a deal based on just exactly what you want.
You're making a fool of yourself.
I'm really not.
You are making a fool of
Matt,
yourself.
rather than letting your team suffer, yeah, clearly he is. He's struggling to talk. Why don't you talk to Antonio and sort it out? Seriously, man to man, just sort it out.
Matt, if you want to do it off camera, we can go and have a word of it.
So I should have seen the signs of this before because I've dealt with quite a few scammers, as you do when you're doing cars and you're buying car parts and whatnot. There's a lot of scammers out there trying to get you. Okay, didn't think this would happen, being the public figure, etc., etc. So, where do we start off? I think we start off at the end. So the end of this story is basically I gave Matt the opportunity to rectify this. It's about 5 times now, and it has not been rectified. The last thing was the last straw when I blocked his little camera boy, who I believe is also called Matt. So the last thing I blocked him because behaviour was just very temperamental. Let's say that, to be honest. He thought he was a little bit of a big man. Anyway, he was acting up, not gentlemanly at all. So they have my parts, obviously. They have my parts, as you'll see in the video that follows. But, as you'll also see, they're not going to give them to me. Okay? Even though they took the parts off the car, it wasn't part of the deal. The deal was with the car. Let me explain to you the deal. The deal was, I buy it. Now, I'm not going to explain to you here, okay? I'm not going to explain why Matt bought that car that I bought in the first place, which I was after for about 1.5 years, and I was supposed to buy the car anyway. Matt bought it, it's fair game, blah, blah, blah. It's okay, right? I ended up buying the car anyway, okay? Obviously minus engine, gearbox, and ECU. Now, for anyone watching that knows cars, you'll obviously know why that's probably been taken. I'm not going to go into it, and I'm not going to deny or confirm any details at this point because that's a separate story. Okay. However, so I approached Matt and asked him to purchase the car, which he agreed to, minus the engine, gearbox and parts. He'd already taken some bits off the car to try them onto his car. They didn't fit. Anyway, alright. But the agreement was, when I went to go and view the car, which I believe was the beginning of November, I think I'll have to check the dates, okay? But there was basically at least a month between me going to view the car, you know, then paying for it, then going to collect it, okay? So, I went to view the car, and I will categorically state, very happy with the purchase. When I purchased the car, very happy. Couldn't be happier, okay? It's exactly what I wanted. Very, very happy with it. No quarrels whatsoever. However, when I went to collect the car, alright, I've gone back to the beginning now, haven't I? When I went to go and collect the car, how can I put it? It was, you know, dark. It was a time he could meet up. It was late afternoon. Now, this hadn't occurred to me until now, but we actually, when we pulled up, myself and partner, this was before we got there, about 5 minutes out, we saw Matt driving past us in the opposite direction in his car when he was supposed to meet us there. And to corroborate this, I actually sent him a message stating so. Anyway, wonder why that was. Clearly taking more parts, I think. Anyway, we arrived there. Gates were closed. Alright. We had to wait for him to turn up. Okay. He turned up. It was very, very rushed. He had to go and get... It was very important for him. He was very busy and he had to go and get a kebab with his friend. So he had to leave us. Honestly, you cannot make this up. Genuinely, you cannot make this up. Obviously got the car. I was loading up there in the dark. There was no lights. He left his missus behind to close the gates. He rushed off with his mate because kebab was very important. Anyway, so at the time I was like, oh, where are all the bits? Like, there's bits missing. Oh, don't worry, I'll just make me a list. I just want to try bits on. He was like, I just want to try bits on my other car, see what was interchangeable. And I didn't think anything of. I should have thought something of it. I didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, well, fine. He rushed off. Didn't want anything to do with it. Rushed off. He'd had payment already, you know. Had payment a while ago. Paid him through bank transfer. And obviously I paid him bank transfer because I was happy with the car when I viewed it and the deal that we had made and shaken hands on. Hence why I paid him bank transfer. So, where was I? Yeah, so he rushed off. He was like, yeah, just make me a list of parts tomorrow and, you know, I'll get you the parts together. You know, I've got them all at my other place. I was like, he wasn't willing to go there to go and get them at the time either. I will add that in here because I asked him, oh, can we go and get them? Oh, no, it's busy, or, you know, whatever, go and get kebab. I was like, just giving you like thousands of pounds for a car. You don't want to go and get me the bits. Anyway, I had that feeling at the back of my mind and I was like, oh, he ain't gonna screw me over. I was wrong. So anyway, got the car back next day, made a list of parts, and I'll put that list of parts in here now for you to see. Okay, so I'll put that here now for you to see. Now, some bits are missed off of that, alright? So it's literally a quick glance when I got it back home, and I quickly looked over it about what parts were missing. So there's a quick bit there, okay? And here is the short list. Now, this is at a quick glance of the car when I first got it, so there may still be bits missing off of this. So just pause the video if you want to look at it. And the only two bits I've got were the steering wheel cowl and the instrument cluster panel. There is also centre steering wheel which is missing from this, the airbag bit. So anyway, I'll state again, the car was supposed to be complete, minus the engine, gearbox and ECU, and there was like handbrake cables which he said was missing, but everything else would have been there, okay? Just because he didn't need it. Alright, didn't need it. Cool. Anyway, not there. Picked up the car, sent him a list, tried to arrange to... Here it is in messages of parts that were going to be missing. So he didn't answer phone calls. Busy. Really busy. I was like, okay, fine. Busy guy. Doesn't need to answer phone calls. Sending messages. He'd reply occasionally. He was quite good at the beginning, replying. And then... It's just sort of got a bit weird. So he'd never wanted to meet up with me to collect the parts. And again, I thought it's a bit weird. Like, I don't want to turn up there and like no one's there because it's like 2 and a bit hours for me, you know, traffic, 2 and a bit hours. I thought, I don't want to turn up there, no one's there, right? It's just, what is the point of wasting a whole day going there? No one's there, no one knows what the bits are. He knows what the bits are because he's taken them off the car. Anyway, couldn't get to meet up, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, long story short, tried to meet up, couldn't meet up, right? Yeah, basically said, oh, you know, just turn up, like, basically, parts are there. There's a pile of parts. And he told me a few times, there's a pile of parts. Oh, my dad's found some more parts. I'll show you the messages. Right down here. Okay. So here he says his dad found some more bits. As you can see, it's in a pile. Here he says he's found the shifter ball and a few other bits. And he'll take a photo, which he never did. Here he says he's found some more bits, but he's not found everything yet. Here he says he's got a pile of parts ready, but he's not got everything yet at this point. And here he says he has a pile of stuff. I keep trying to arrange to come up to meet him whenever he's there, but he doesn't want to. And here I've sent him messages again with no response after going there and him running away. And here are the messages between myself and the camera boy, where he has stated literally 2 days before I've gone to pick up the parts that they're all there, and that no one needs to be there, and someone will give them to him when I get there. Anyway, he'd stopped replying to my messages about going to collect it and meeting up. And out of the blue, his little camera boy messages me. So have a read of this, and the messages are here for you to look at. You can pause the video if you want to look at them. I've obviously said that it's not for sale. Who has a car which you might be interested in purchasing? So I said, well, look, I've got to ask the guy first. And then, like, the camera boy just got really, really weird. He just started being quite volatile and aggressive, And I was like, well, hang on a minute. I've said I'm going to do it, but I need to ask the guy first. When I say I do something, I'm going to do it. Like, why would I lie? That's just ridiculous. Like, children do that. I don't do that, right? I need to state at this point before I forget that when they said all the parts were there in Mallory Park, they weren't. When they got me the 2 parts, yeah, that they gave me when I turned up there and was like, well, I'm here now, provide me with something, you clearly got it. The 2 parts they pulled out, they went to their Unit 4 after they said they're at Mallory Park, yeah. Anyway, you just know it was a full intent. It was their full intention from the very beginning, okay, to just take the parts and just think I would be okay with it. Anyway, back to me telling the story. Let's go. Anyway, so he was quite how would you say it? Not short. It was volatile, I think is probably the correct word. It's got to be now. It was just ridiculous behaviour. Anyway, I asked my friend, who I know. He's not a friend of a friend. He's just an acquaintance, so I know. He said, yeah, sure, pass the number on. So I passed the number on, but I thought, do you know what? Matt hasn't been answering my messages. So I thought, let me just send it to Matt, see if I get a response from him. Did not get a response, not even a thank you, nothing. Nothing at all. Didn't even acknowledge it. Alright, and so anyway, I didn't acknowledge it, so I said to little camera boy, I said, look, when can I collect my parts? And he said, oh, told you, they're here, you can collect them any time, we don't need to be here. Same story. So 2 days later, I went to collect them. Now, when I walked up, they saw me there, okay? Guys, you're not going to believe this. I don't know why I'm laughing, because it's not even funny. They saw me walk up, Matt looked at me, and literally looked away and looked down. They're all sitting there eating their lunch, right? This was at their unit. So I thought, this is weird. So I walked up to him and said, oh, you're right, Matt. Oh, yeah, how you doing? You're right. I was like, yeah, I've come to collect my parts. Obviously a bit concerned. He just looked at me, looked away, and then acted all surprised to see me. And he goes, oh, yeah, let me just get them for you. Now, me and my missus were left standing there like plums. Well, they were just all having little conversations and huddles with themselves. Not at one point did we, basically get acknowledged as human beings. We were basically seen as a disturbance there. This is being completely transparent and honest. So, anyway, we must have been waiting there about 20 minutes. He goes, oh, there was a box here, a blue box. And I asked him, oh, has anyone seen that blue box with parts in it? Oh, no one's seen it. Oh, sorry, mate, don't know where it is. So I was like, right, you realise, you said to come any time, 2 days ago, your cameraman said, checked, it was all here. Now I've come to collect it, now you can't find it. Obviously it's here. I said to him, obviously you're not going to just lose Lamborghini parts. This is literally, I went there to collect parts. That was it. I took a van, right? Took a van to collect parts, right? Pile of parts, in his words. Pile of parts, right? Which kept getting bigger. Pile of parts, right? So, went to collect the parts. Anyway, couldn't find the parts. Waited there. Basically wanted me to just go away. I was like, well, look, travelled up 2 and a bit hours it's taken me. It's basically a whole day gone now by the time I come here, go back, okay? Traffic now, getting back, blah, blah, blah. So, I'll happily wait around if you want to find them. Anyway, after about another 40 odd minutes, he produced 2 parts. He was like, oh, that's it. And I was like, well, that's not it. I was like, where's the rest of it? I was like, you don't just lose parts. I was like, clearly you're not wanting to keep them because you don't need them, right? Right? You obviously don't want to not give them to me, So, like, what we're going to do, because if you're not giving to me now, oh, you know, moving stuff in between units and moving units, it might take some time. I'm like, well, it's been a year. You just told me they're 2 weeks, like literally 2 days ago they were here, yeah? Now you're saying, like, it's going to take, like, a year or whatever. And then at one point they're like, oh, yeah, I might get your parts maybe in 10 years. And they all started laughing. And I just thought, how disrespectful. How utterly disrespectful. First of all, you take my money, then you take my parts, and now you're having a laugh about it. What goes through people's minds? You know, this is just disgraceful behaviour. This is ungentlemanly. Ungentlemanly behaviour. Absolutely disgraceful. And you can quote me on saying that. Categorically, you can quote me on saying that. Absolutely disgraceful. Not a man whatsoever. Anyway, it carried on. You'll see some of the clips, okay? I didn't post all of it, okay? If you keep watching, I'm going to show you parts of the video recordings that were taken on that day pertaining to the missing parts which they're refusing to give me. And, yeah, I said to my missus, you know, at one point I said to her when it just got... Which point was it? It was a point at which he basically... Okay, so at the point at which he basically said, oh, I can't find it, you know. I said, like... I was like... I just knew I was being taken for a mug. So I was like... said to my missus, start filming. Like literally, I just saw the change in behaviour and I was like, nah, I'm not having this. I noticed it before, like, you know, tried to fob me off. I was like, no, start filming this. Oh, start filming too. I'm like, yeah, film it. And they did film it. They filmed it all. So I'm glad they did, because they can show you the video if they want to. And you'll see what fools they have been. Okay? And I'd like to think that I acted in a respectable manner, as I would have liked to have been treated myself. Anyway, things progressed, blah, blah, blah. They only produced 2 parts. At this, I went to the Matt eventually said, oh, well, you know, yeah, well, you know, Lamborghini parts hard to find. I was like, well, look, what I've clearly just asked you is, if you find the parts, okay, which you will, not going to take you 10 years, like, you know where they are, the Lamborghini parts, like you said you had them 2 days ago, you know, if you find the part, or if you can't find them, you know, then, as per the deal, you kind of owe me the parts, you know, like, you took them off the car, you owe me them, you know, so I'm not asking for brand new parts. I thought it'd be reasonable. Would you want to supply second hand? Okay, and at this point I'd forgotten all the bits that were missing. Okay, I'd forgotten the list of bits that are missing. In my head, I was so confused by the whole thing that's just gone on. I was like, there's three or 4 parts. I was thinking it was like, I think it's like 11 parts. So I'll put it up anyway. The list of parts. Here it is again for you guys to look at. I've not counted it. It was about 15, I think. So yeah, he eventually said, right, well, okay, yeah, well, Lamborghini parts are hard to find, but, you know, yeah, like, you know, I'll replace them if you find them second hand. So I went to the van. At this point, I've got out of the van, okay, and I've started walking towards the building, and he's ran off through the other unit, got into his car, and drove off. He ran off, got in his car, and drove off. So I've gone to the van briefly, called up Eurospares. They had parts in stock. So I went back, and at this point his partner came out just being confrontational and ridiculous. In all honesty, you'll see the behaviour, you can make up your own minds. You haven't got to take my word for it. Basically, and then some nonsense. And then a little camera boy came out and he said, oh, it's alright, you know. I had the discussion with camera boy because Matt had run off again. Didn't want to deal with his own situation, which he has caused. And everyone was a part of now. He agreed to basically supply the parts second hand. Now, the next day, he decided to change his mind. Matt decided to change his mind. And he was like, oh, well, you know, we've decided that... This was through Little Camera Boy, because Matt wasn't speaking to me or answering messages or anything. He was like, oh, you know, well, we're going to give you this, and that's basically £1,000 worth of parts, and, you know, like, that's it. Like, if you're happy with it, like, we'll wipe it under. I'm like, well, no, I'm not happy. Like, why would I? And here is that conversation via text message, and this does not include all the phone calls he kept trying to make to me repeatedly. First of all, I'm not a person to lie to someone, right? So if I could have lied and said, oh yeah, sure, that's okay, and then no, I'm a man of my word. So I said to him, no. I'm getting all my parts. Like, you're not wiping a line under this, okay? You've taken my parts. I want them all replaced, or I want them all back. In fact, I don't want to replace. I just want my parts, period, because you've got them, right? Which you'll see in the video. He's got them, but he just doesn't want to give them to me. All right. So anyway, basically, then it transposed, and it's ins and outs and whatnot. And then he basically said, well, this is the blackmail element. It's basically along the lines of, well, you're getting that, or you're getting nothing. Basically, if you don't accept the new terms which is imposing, then you're not getting any of your parts. He wanted me to basically have them 2 parts, then stay quiet and not say anything after that, which is not on. That's not how you do business. Obviously got me quite annoyed. I blocked little camera boy. Blocked him. So I'd have to speak to him again, because what is the point? And as we agreed, they didn't hold up their end of the bargain and replace them 2 parts, which, like they had said, they would do. Even though I'm still expecting the whole lot of parts, obviously. So yeah, that is the story, pretty much summed up. So I gave him the opportunity. I gave him till 9 o'clock to pay for the parts at Eurospares. It didn't happen. Till 10 o'clock, didn't happen. 12 o'clock, didn't happen. Whole day, didn't happen. And then I was just like, after a good number of days, I was like, well, like, he clearly just thinks this is it then. He just thinks he's got away with it. I was like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not got away with it. There will be repercussions, and this is the repercussions. And you will see the repercussions until you do the right thing and act accordingly as a man and provide me with my parts which you've taken. Simple. I don't care. This will go as far as it needs to. And believe me, I've got stacks of stuff in reserve. So, yep, here's yet another opportunity to do the right thing, because this really doesn't need to go the whole process. Now, that's not the type of thing I'd like to do. But there are different levels. This is level 1. And anyway, subscribe to my channel, okay? You watch the whole video. And tomorrow, on Christmas Day, 8 AM, okay, get up, subscribe, turn on your notifications. You are going to get to watch something I've done for you this week. Pretty special regarding this whole thing. Hope you like it. I just want my parts.
I don't think you can say I've been anything less than respectful.
No, we did the same. We found the parts for you earlier this year. We're running around manic. The parts have been sat here for over a year. I don't even know where I don't even know where they've gone. I don't even know where they've gone. If the parts turn up, I'm happy to do it. We sold the car cheap anyway.
I mean, my responsibility was to pay you, correct? Which I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In full. Your responsibility was to give me the car as described. It's clear to me, okay, that there's obviously a different Matt Armstrong camera, and there's a different Matt Armstrong in person.
You cannot.
And it's very clear. It's very clear and evident. Because you're not standing by your word says a lot. Okay? I think that's all there is to say. I think that's all there is to say. They're not very honourable actions. They're not very honourable actions. Okay? You had a duty. It all goes back to there was a duty of responsibility at the time when I purchased the vehicle. I look at facts. Okay, and these are just facts I'm speaking. When I purchased the vehicle, you had a duty of responsibility to provide all the parts as was described. Okay. And that wasn't done.
The issue is well from the start, if you remember, I never even wanted to sell that car. I never wanted to sell it.
But
you were really persistent and wanted to buy it. I had to let it go. I let it go even cheaper than what I wanted.
That's absolutely fine. Now.
And then I've had to search around again at my time for parts. I did find them. I left them here over a year, and then they've gone.
But without deviating from the fact that we made a deal, right? That's fine. That's 30 grand more. No, I just said it's not for sale.
It's not for sale.
As a man of my words, when I say something to someone, whether I'm at a loss or whether I'm not at a loss, if I've said something to someone, I'm going to go and do it. Matter of fact, I just said to you, it's okay. If you don't want to give it to me, that's absolutely fine. But it's just, sorry?
Like your word that you come pick up the parts a year.
Well, I'm here.
I don't think I'll get you the parts. I'll get you the parts. I'll get the parts. I'll get the parts. It might be 10 years.
But now,
I'll get the parts. I'll get the parts. It might be 10 years.
But now,
I'll get the parts.
But now you are deflecting away from the fact of the original deal. It's okay to pass responsibility.
I'll get the parts.
It's okay to pass responsibility, but you're not.
No. You want me a couple of years?
That's what I mean.
I don't understand the logic.
It's okay to pass responsibility.
All this as well.
It's all that arguing over like a couple of quid of parts.
I just said it's a few parts, right? I'm happy to get it myself, but as a responsibility for your own actions and for your own words, you should be responsible for that.
I'll get you the parts, or I'll buy the car off you for more.
No. Again, quite stressful actually listening to all this back. How many times this guy's trying to buy the car after I've told him over and over and over and over the car is not for sale, categorically. There's no point in asking me, it's not for sale. And here we are yet again. I'll give you more, I'll give you 30 grand more, like, as if that's going to change my mind. A matter of principle, I'm not selling the car because I want the car, it's my car, it's mine to do as I please, not for someone else to try and come and say, oh well, I'll give you this much, or I'm giving you this much more, and you're not taking it. Like, no, absolutely not. I tell you what it feels like. Hearing that back, it literally feels to me, I don't know how you guys feel, but it literally feels to me like, oh, I've got all this money, I can just offer you money, you're going to take it because you don't have as much money as me. That's literally how it sounds to me. Maybe I'm taking it the wrong way, but I have something called integrity and honour and pride. Okay? That is not for sale. You can't buy that. It almost seemed like a control thing, like, you know, I've got money, I can... Literally, why are you trying to offer me one I've told you the car's not for sale? It's almost like, oh, I've got money so I can tell you what to do. I can make you do things. I'll give you this much to do this. I'm like, no, I'm a free man. I'm a free man. I can make my own decisions to do whatever I want. If I say the car's not for sale, it's not for sale. You go and do what you want, live your life. I am going to live my life and do what I want and make my decisions. You can't tell me what to do just because you're waving some money around. Simple. I mean, but, you know, if you really want it that bad, go and buy another one. Does it not make sense? Or is it like, oh, only I can build cars on my YouTube channel and I'm going to buy your car so you can't build it? Like, I don't know what the whole deal is with this buying my car business, but it's not for sale. Go and buy another one. If you're that interested in buying my car, go and buy another one because there's more about. It's not just mine. What's wrong with you?
You keep saying that, but you keep saying that the car's not for sale.
I'm going to get you the parts.
Well, that's what I said in the first place.
Yeah, I'll get you the parts. There's no time scale on when I can get them. I don't know how available they are. It might be a year, as it took you to get the parts from here. It might be 2 years, it might be 3, it might be 5.
Parts online. Are you willing to replace them for me? You're willing to replace them for me?
Yeah.
Well, that's the initial question we could have been avoided.
Yeah.
No, I said if I find the parts that are missing, you'll replace them. What does that mean?
Well, your time scale means a year, so we'll...
You're recording time.
It's already recorded.
This is just absolutely ludicrous. I can't believe the behaviour from someone. I can't believe the behaviour.
I don't get it.
You're sitting here having lunch.
No, I really can't. There is no honour in your actions whatsoever. sorry.
Yeah, I do think you need to leave, mate.
There is no honour in your actions. I'm very sorry. I thought you were a genuinely nice individual, and this is.
I've literally tried to help you. I sold your car. I sold your car cheap. I sorted out the parts for you. I've been as helpful as possible. I found the parts here. They've sat here for a year.
It's not been very helpful.
They've gone, and now
it's not been very helpful.
No. So let me round it up.
Hang on.
I didn't want to sell a car, right? But
you did.
You really wanted. I didn't want to sell it. Eventually, you come in and you were desperate to buy it. So you bought the car. I sold it for less than what I wanted for it anyway. I then found the parts for you.
But you wanted to sell the car, otherwise you wouldn't have sold it, because no one can make you do what you didn't want to do.
I didn't want.
No one can make you do what you don't want to do, right? So you wanted to
I don't
sell.
particularly want to sell the car.
But you wanted to sell, otherwise you wouldn't have done it.
And then I give you a price.
No one else is responsible for your actions.
Okay, if the car's sold.
You sold it. You wanted to sell it, otherwise you wouldn't have accepted money for it.
But I also want to buy it back, but I can't buy it back.
Do I really need to say anything? Again, with the buying it back and trying to offer me 30 grand more. Keep watching.
And I buy it back for 30 grand more. I buy it for double what I bought it.
Where you go with that video, and where we put that video out, I just want to say that when you put the part out where Matt offered you 20 to 30 grand more of the car over.
You have no idea.
So this little guy here has a real misconception about money, okay? He thinks that money is a tool to force someone's hand or to influence someone to make a gain from someone for your own benefits. It is not. When you have money, and having money actually exacerbates the type of individual that you are. If you're an arsehole, it's going to make you more of an arsehole. If you're a nice person, it's going to make you more of a nice person. So having money is actually a tool to improve people's lives, of those around you, and your own life in doing that. Completely wrong here. Just very childish, very, very childish behaviour.
You literally have no idea about integrity.
Okay.
You have no idea.
Okay.
So please do not comment.
So then I found the parts for you. They've been here, and then you've collected them in your own time. Come to collect them in your own time, and they've gone. What else? Do you want me to go to Lamborghini and get you a new one? Like, what the fuck? It's insane. It's insane. It's like a couple of parts.
It is a couple of parts, which is why there shouldn't be such a commotion over it.
Hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of car, there's a couple missing parts. Hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of car, there's a couple missing parts.
When you said that they're all in the box, you've got them all ready for me, well clearly that's not the case, is it?
It was the case a year ago.
It was the case probably when...
If I left, this isn't my property. I don't own
All I'm
this.
saying is now, there seems to be a pattern, doesn't there? Because the car was supposed to be complete when you sold it to me, with the bits missing as you said. It wasn't. I've come to collect the parts which you said are all there. They're not all there. There seems to be a pattern emerging.
We've got to go. You've got to go.
Oh my God.
I'm being deadly serious. Leave. No, I'm being deadly serious. We need to leave. Go. Why have you been sat in your car the whole time?
I know it's fine. What's up? Are you good?
Yeah, no, I'll just speak to Matt. I've just spoke to the Euros there, so we'll just sort it out today. Everything's available.
Okay. Well, do
You
you know how
do
much
it by
it is?
text.
Just,
Why are you still
I'm
here?
now. Why not just sort it out now?
Because of the confrontation that you just caused in there.
I didn't cause confrontation. You don't
Yes,
want,
you
don't
did.
want me coming back.
Is that a threat?
There's no point in me coming back.
Is that a threat?
Why would that be a
It
threat?
sounds like it. I think you need to
Why
leave.
would that be a threat?
You're really so hyper for no reason. You're actually so hyper.
What just happened in there?
Yeah, but like this, just exactly. Let them sort it out. He just wants his parts.
We tried to.
You're just getting too hyper though. You're being rude to us and so hyper. You've been talking the whole time.
I haven't spoken at all.
Stop letting us come in. Like, how rude is that? You're acting like we're some kind of.
You just caused in there. You nuts. You nuts. You nuts.
These guys here trying to deflect their own actions onto us. Trying to say that we're the bad guys. Because I've been to ask for my parts, which he said were there, which were supposed to be with the car when I picked it up. But he's taken off. Doesn't really make sense, does it? It's just saying stuff to suit their own cause. Anyway, guys, keep watching. It's almost done now. Let's also bear in mind that the little camera boy did mention to me that he was looking for another car, 4 parts. This is in it, right? 4 parts so that they could rebuild a car which they bought. Does it all sort of start to fit the picture now? Because now I'm thinking about it, it kind of does, right? Magically my parts disappear. Magically they're taken off the car. Magically you don't know where they've gone. So magical, isn't it? It's wonderless. Right, and it's also worth noting that I just want my parts. So the parts that he's taken, I just want them. That's it. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for this. I'm not asking for that. Okay, let's fluff off my hat. That rhymed. What can I do? I'm just rhyming mood today. Anyway, so yeah, I just want my parts back. Now, I've given him 4 opportunities already to give me the parts. And the last part, which you'll make up your own minds whether it's blackmail or not. But basically, in few words, the how do I put this in a short phrase? Basically put, it was, if I don't keep quiet, I'm not getting anything. I need to add, obviously, that it was, they're going to give me 2 parts and then I need to basically drop it. Yep. It's all in there, guys, if you watch the whole video. So this is basically the end of it now, and this is why we're at this stage. I'll let you decide. So guys, yeah, just want my parts. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Turn on your notifications, because tomorrow at 8 AM on Christmas Day I will be releasing a 3rd video, which I am pretty sure you are all going to want to watch. Yep. I can promise you it's going to be something you... The words a bit late here. I promise you it's going to be something which you will not be expecting. Something which I've never done before. Not in the way it's been done anyway, obviously. But yeah. Keep watching, guys, and thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video and me explaining. I know it's been a lot of talking, and if you would like to check out some of my car builds, again, I don't profess to be the world's best car builder, but I've been building cars since I was young. I just fully enjoy building and modifying cars and making cars go fast and making turbo noises, and I just love cars, man. I've just got a real passion for it, and I really, really just love it. I just love it, like, you know, just absolutely love it. That's what I want to do with my life, cars and race cars and amongst other things. Okay, so that's my interest here, and yeah, thanks for watching. Check out some of my car builds. Some of you might like stuff, some of it's a bit nutty. I think there's something for everyone, so I do try to upload daily. But yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video tomorrow at 8 AM. Boom, thanks for watching.